What's going on, my good people? TD Wells here, and today I'm going to get right into it. Man, I'm talking about all of the ways that mortgage professionals and automotive professionals can 7x, literally 7x their revenue in 2020 in 2025. And why do I say 7x? Because I'm a life path 7. And I don't know, I know that might be digressing off the subject, but 7 is a number that if anybody is born the 7th, we are going to resonate. You're going to resonate with this message. I'm not born on the 7th. My life path number is a 7, and I believe in numbers. And everybody and everything that you do, that you measure in your business, is based on numbers. And that's just the way it works, right? Our life is based on numbers. Our business is based on numbers. Our birth dates are based on numbers. And people ask me, so what would you be doing if you I mean, what was it say? I heard somebody say this, but it's like, well, what would you be doing if you weren't here, or if you were here? I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I just know that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't meant for me to be doing what I'm doing right now. And that's talking to you all and teaching and coaching, or whatever you want to call it, right? I'm just kind of giving you some real value here that I think is really it's important for all of your industries. And most importantly, I'm not really giving you I am giving you the answers. I'm showing you what to do. But the thing is that how are you going to get that in front of these people? And that's what we're good at. We're good at me. I've honed, and my team has honed exactly how to get in front of very specific people. Most importantly, how to convert them, right? Because we all know, like, everything, clicks are great, right? We're okay with getting clicks, but coming up with this very specific ingredient, right, is if you miss an ingredient and you're trying to bake something, or you're making whatever it is you're making, if you're even building a car, right, if you miss a step, if you're repairing the car, if you miss a step, you're going to mess the car up. You're going to mess the cookies up. You're going to mess up whatever it is that you're trying to come up with. So don't try, I would say, you can try to do what we're doing, but you're going to need somebody to help you, guide you through the process of understanding where it is that you need to go, so that you can actually convert more. You can 7x. Now, I know 10x sounds better, but however, I want to use number 7 because I believe in the number 7. I know that 7 works. And we're gonna talk about, like, all numbers. And again, anybody that's going to watch this video, you're going to subscribe to my channel, number one, and you're going to resonate, hopefully, with some of the things that I'm saying. Not everything I'm saying. You're going to resonate with some of the things. So I am going to give you a little value here. So, okay, I've got my screen up over here. And so I'm going to share it on my screen. I'm going to show you basically what mortgage professionals do and what automotive professionals do, and where they're sending people, and why that's a major issue in both industries, because I was in both. We still, I still am around both industries, so I understand it. I owned a mortgage company, started as a mortgage broker, and became a direct mortgage lender in the state of Florida. Not a correspondent, but a full-blown mortgage lender. And then also in the automotive space, I've done a lot of different things in that industry, basically from car buying to starting my own, doing a lot of different things, and I've played a lot of different roles in that industry. And some I would say I was good at, and some I wasn't that great at. But I think at the end of the day, I think you have to hone your skill, and you learn over time. And sometimes you have to understand that there are things that you're just going to be really, really good at, and there are going to be things that you're not so good at. So you have to focus on your weaknesses, and you have to make those weaknesses better at specific things. So we're not going to always be good at everything we do, but for the most part, I would say, I hate to say it, but pretty much everything I've put my mind to, I've succeeded at the end of the day. So, and I think that goes for most of us, right? If we're pretty focused on that one thing, or we're focusing on really getting good at something, we're going to practice it and get better at it until we've mastered it for the most part. Okay, so here's what I've mastered. Okay, and I'm using this because ultimately, I'm going to show the car dealership first. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to pull up my screen. I'm going to share this. I'm going to put in, I'm Googling car dealerships in Texas. Okay. For now, because I don't, I'm not going to be biased and kind of be in the cities that I know. I'm just going to be in cities that I don't know. And I'm going to show you what they do. So basically, here's what happens is that most are just sending people, and you can look at all of these. You can see that Nissan's a sponsored ad. So obviously they're paying to be here. This particular Nissan dealership, they're paying to be here. Okay, so they're sponsored ads. But then you got the places in here that they're not paying to be. Well, actually, they could possibly. Well, that's not. No, no. So let's just use those in there. So they're just coming up because they have some decent SEO internally. All right. So then we've got. I clicked on that, but let me go back out of that. And so, what do they all have in common at the end of the day? Okay. They're all doing the same exact thing. They're trying to get to be the top ranked because this company right here obviously think I'm not going to click on them because I don't want to waste their click, but they're at the top. They're sponsored at the top. So it's this Chrysler dealership right here, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer, and this Nissan dealer, and then this one down here. So ultimately, what they're doing is they're just placing themselves here so that people can click on it on their ad. However, when you go and you're looking for a car, well, how do you first off know what they have? I don't really have any idea who Callahan Motors company is. I'm giving you I'm giving you cred here because now people are going to know who you are, and maybe because of this video, you're going to get some notoriety. That's just how it works. That's how SEO works, right? We're listening. Remember the cookies? I'm watching you. So they're watching, they're listening, and they're doing both. And so we're going to be able. So ultimately, what I'm saying is going to get out there to people that heard me, or the system, the algorithms heard me say Callahan Motors or Chrysler Dodge Jeep EAG, right, or Nissan USA right here. So those are all. So getting to the point here is that they're paying to have sponsored ads. So they're like, again, they're all doing the same thing. I can pick another city. I'm going to say car dealerships in. I don't know. I'm going to use. Let's use Miami. Okay. Let's just say car dealerships in Miami. Okay. So now we're going to make it very specific, and we're going to say, we're going to use Honda car dealerships in Miami. So guess who comes up? Auto Nations first, West Shore Honda, which I think that's in Tampa, right? And then Brandon Honda. So basically, look, you guys, if I just type in Honda cars in Miami, it looks like other dealerships are coming up in here, and they're doing a good job on their SEO apparently. That, but here's what I would say is they are still doing exactly what everyone else is doing. Okay, now I've beat that horse to death. So you guys get what I'm saying is that, okay, I'm going to the site. Now I'm going to click on one that's not sponsored so that I don't waste their click, right? So let's click on it and let's go to the Miami. And this is not. I mean, maybe I should block this out. I'm not gonna. I'm just showing their site, and I'm saying, okay, well, I can go to their new inventory. What's really going to stand out? Like, what are they doing that's different? Let's go to the very bottom here and let's check this out. Let's go down here and let's take a look. Okay, so we can see that that's as far as it goes. They're not going to sell my information. So, okay, I'm good. So at the end of the day, we can see that they're basically driving us. They're asking to, hey, go take a look at our inventory. Let's see what we have, right? That's ultimately what every car dealership obviously wants the consumer to do, right? Same here. Brickell Honda, they're verifying my browser, and here are the new cars, right? So we're going to do the same exact thing, okay? And I'm sharing this. We're doing the same exact thing, okay? Search new vehicles, new car specials, pre-owned, right? Okay, what's different? What makes them different than any other Honda dealership? Nothing. Basically nothing. There's really like it, I mean, I'm just going to your site. Okay, let me see what you have. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say, okay, they've got their Honda. Like it's gonna be super confusing a little bit because at the end of the day, there's no real call to action. It says, oh, leasing starting at $83 a month. Okay, that's pretty cool on an LX. All right. I mean, so if anybody's looking for a lease, well, there you go. You can plug into them. Now, what I would do is I would take each one of these cars. I would take this car, that car, and that car. Now, obviously, I want them to be different cars. And I would take these cars and I would actually find the audience that I can actually bring to this particular vehicle. All right, now we do that. That's the thing, is that we don't use all those VIN numbers and all those things that I mean I think work. I don't know if they 100% work, but we this is the difference. Now I can't get, okay, no thank you. So I need a coupon right now. But what I'm saying is that we're doing the same things, right? But I we have a very special strategy that will allow that will actually target the specific people that are looking for sedan sports, not by VIN. Using a very proprietary method to do that. Okay, so let's go back out of here and let's go back to this section over here. And okay, so again, I just beat the horse, so you get it, right? Everybody knows. So I'm going to show you at the end how, like a very basic strategy, how you can just collect emails. You can actually collect names, emails, and phone numbers if you do it right. All right, but now let's go to mortgage for professionals here now, and let's just say mortgage broker in uh, Florida, or let's use Texas first. All right. I don't know. So what do we find here? So it's same exact steps, nothing different. Okay. Top five mortgage lenders. If I fill it out, I'm going to get 100,000 phone calls, right? Texas lending company. I'm not going to click on them. I'm just going to go down to the bottom. So these are all the ones in Texas, right, that they have paid for now, depending on what their budget is, but they've paid for now, right, to be at the top. Okay. Now, what do we all have? What do they all have in common? Pretty much the same exact thing. Now, some of you might be thinking, "Whoa, that's how you do it, right?" Okay, that's fine. You have your opinion of how it should be done. But I'm going to use these three down here, okay? And I'm going to go to all three websites. So let's go to all three websites and we can take a look. So this one says loan options, home calculators, about us. Is there anything about any call to action? Is there anything about, hey, you know what, let me send you something based on being a first time buyer? Okay, like, is there something in here internally that will show us? Now we'll be able to actually capture the majority of people that will bounce, will literally hit this site and leave, because there's nothing here. And the only way that anybody would show up is because they saw the Google search, right? And then also they may have been referred by someone, right? But they probably saw them at an open house or whatever the case is. They say, yeah, just go to our website and fill it out over there, right? So that part I'm showing you. Now we're going to go down to the next one. That was just how to become a mortgage broker. All right. And then the rest are just basically Lockgate Capital. I'm giving them, I'm giving them some credit here because I'm saying their name. But at the end of the day, there's only really there's this one, and then there's this one over here. So let's go to Steve Head Team. Same thing, nothing different. Home loan, loan options, refinance. There's nothing special. There's nothing in here that is really going to jump out of me and make me want to take action, right? There's no call to action on any of those two sites we just went to. Let's go to Texas United Mortgage. Again, same thing. Hey, I'm not, again, and so, take what I say with whatever I'm saying. The disclaimer is that I am not promoting any of these companies. I'm not talking bad about them. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just trying to pinpoint exactly how a strategy should be for anybody that's in these industries. And that's going to go for any industry. Or what we've done, a lot of people are talking about AI. They're talking about like how to put AI on it, but they're really not doing it. Like I went to something, an event, and it was, I mean, I'm into, like, obviously I'm into AI. I really love it. I think it's super critical to implement into your business. But everybody wants to put the AI badge on there, but they don't know how to deliver the AI and or even utilize it. So I went to, so like I digress, but getting back onto what I was saying is that, okay, well, at least they have a picture. So, there's some friendly smiles in here. That's pretty good. But if I went to his website or their website and is saying the same exact thing, today's rate, buy a refinance loan, nothing, again, nothing that's going to make me want to take action. All right. Now, did you notice that not one person in here even has a video? There's only images. I mean, that's what everybody is doing, right? Why not lead them? Why not be an educator and educate, right? That's what I call it, education marketing. Okay, now let me give you some examples of what I'm going to just kind of click off this for a minute, and I'm going to unshare that, and I'm going to show me. So, what if there were, this is an example of how you have to basically constantly be in front of the client before they actually get to you, and that's called educational marketing. I call it education marketing. And what you would have to do is you would literally would have to uh, basically they would have to know what you do before they arrive. Like, what are they going to get? They're going to call you on the phone, or are they going to watch something that you educated them on, or are they going to just kind of go to a very specific thing? Now, if you're using a landing page, if I mean, I know you guys, most of everybody knows what a landing page is, but here's the thing: is that we're going to show you how to actually not just use one. We're going to show you how to actually drive people to your website once they know everything about you, right? And that's really the important part, is that they need to know everything about what you do and how you do it before they arrive, especially the mortgage industry, especially the car industry as well. And I know that there's so many different tools in both industries. There's a lot of resources, but I can tell you right now, those resources, they probably don't work. But mainly is that because most of the resources, the people are not working them, right? They don't believe in them, and then all of a sudden just goes by the wayside, and then there's nothing because so one person thinks they know more than the other, and it's just a big cluster. So ultimately, what I would want to share with everyone in the process, in the big scheme of things, is that what I just showed you is really important. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share what it is that you need to do and how you would be able to assess the best landing page that you possibly can get, and how to assess that, like how to like take your landing page when it comes to ads. Because I don't care what anyone says, ads are the the direct correlation to building engagement. Number one. Number two is building your brand, because people are going to see you and know you when you're in front of them. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how much it costs. None of those things. Referrals are always going to be good, right? That's three. Referrals are always going to be like, they're going to come to you, right? Because you are good at what you do, and people are going to refer you, especially if you've been doing it a long time. People are going to understand that, okay, yeah, he's going to be able, she or he is going to be able to get the job done. Four is that ads in general are and or landing great landing pages that have call to actions, not websites, not a static website that says the same exact thing that every other website says. Okay, not that. Okay, but having the how to assess it and how to build it on your own. So we what we do is we're going to give you the autonomy and the ability to be able to go in and do it on your own. And so that would be our unique proposition. The fourth thing is that I was getting to was that ads are the pivotal point. It's the way to generate wealth. It's where you can literally turn on the faucet and turn off the faucet. And if you've been hiding under a rock for the last few years, we have arrived. We're here. It's time. So we've created a way for you to have, for any business, for the mortgage industry specifically, and for every one of your car sales individuals, to have an assistant. Okay, and what that assistant does, what do they do? That assistant internally will be the AI assistant that will basically, we're not going to try to trick anybody. We're not going to try to make it be sound human or anything like that. Okay, but ultimately, eventually, people are going to probably second guess whether it is human or not, but they'll know. But what this employee is going to be doing is they're going to be embedded in your business. and for your sales individual, and for your sales, right? You I mean, because we're at the end of the day, we're if you're a manager, you're a glorified sales manager, or you're a glorified salesperson. Your people, you depend on your people, right? And if you haven't trained your people properly, then the conversions are not going to be that great. So what I would absolutely suggest anyone do is implement this right now, because I can assure you 100% that there isn't anyone doing what we are doing right now in this industry. And I hope you watch it to the end. I hope you watch all of this, because if you don't, you're missing major, major opportunities here. Okay. I mean, I'm telling you. So how do you assess if you have a good landing page when it comes to ads? Okay. First and foremost, you're basically, for a landing page, you need to succeed in your campaign. It needs to do two things: it's convert and align with campaign expectations. Not that hard. Here basically are the breakdowns and key elements you need to do to focus. Okay, is the conversion focus elements is a clear headline and a value proposition within seconds. So if the person goes to your site, every every one of those sites that I showed you, when I went back and I was in their Google, right, and I searched them, they had no real proposition other than refinance or get whatever it was. I don't even remember, because they're basically all the same. It's vanilla. And so the headlines are clear, like people know what they're going there for, but there's no call to action. And then, like I said, within seconds you have to grab the person, because if not, they're going to bounce. And by the way, we have a way to grab those individuals that come and then retarget and keep targeting them until they opt in. And so that's a whole nother segment, but that's a part of what we do. That's part of what we do. And so the visitor should understand what your page offers and why it's valuable to them. Does any of those sites do that? Absolutely not. That's why I said it's 24/7 marketing, and it's education marketing. So if the individual is actually in front of you, excuse me, if they're if you've already given them a place to go, and then before they get to your website, then they will know where to take action at that point, right? Because we don't know if a person's just going to go to our website. If they're searching refinance, and they're going to go to our website and they're going to go, I don't really see I don't see anything. I don't know anything about this company. Let's move on. Let's call one of our friends and see if they know people, right? So that's what I mean. So that's why you have to have a very specific strategy. All right. So benefits and features: highlight the unique selling points that differentiate you from competitors and address the user's need. So, like, I've got an example of Trader Joe's here. And first off, if you kind of look, they've got all of the pertinent information that is needs to be seen here. So I use them as an example, because they actually have some very unique propositions and call to actions on their website. It's very interesting. And I don't have time to go on their website right now. But I will suggest that you go to their site. You can learn a lot from Trader Joe's website. Okay. All right. Now, go back to strong call to action, right? This is what I was talking about, the CTA. Make it clear what you want the visitor to do, whether it's signing up, making a purchase, or downloading something. That is the problem. Is that, see, if you look at this Uber right here, it says travel anywhere with the Uber app. It's telling me. So what if I said travel? What if I said buy this car right now? Buy this specific car right now. And I had a picture of that car, right? Well, I'm going to be able to target that specific person with every one of those, with every one of those landers, right? With every one of them. So now I've got a bunch of those going out. And then when they're ready, they've already given me their information, right? That's the key. That's number one. What I've been saying: own your own data, right? Take control and own what you have to own, both mortgage and automotive. You have to own it. And if you don't, then somebody else is going to. And that's what we do. We give you the resources to be able to do that. Okay. But that's what I mean. This is the strong call to action. Okay, so visually appealing and easy to navigate, ensure that your landing page is clutter free. Basically both websites, if I go back and we can talk about that, right? But if I showed you the website for mortgage and I showed you the website for automotive, I mean, you're virtually, both of you guys are trying to do the same thing. You're selling high ticket items, right? They're one and two, the top one and two things in the world, or like, I mean, anywhere, that is the biggest purchase and investment that anyone can make, right? So I mean, like, how are we going to go about this whole process of basically kind of like just getting the person into, and they're bringing them in and not even like giving them, really, we're doing them a disservice if we don't have all of the proper techniques and strategies in place, because that's what the expectations are. That's what the expectation is. I believe, and I'm going to give them cred, is that I believe Tesla does a great job at that. They're visually appealing. They know specifically who they're targeting, which is why they have. I don't own a Tesla, but I've owned an electric car. I don't suggest them, but that's just me. I would say that the marketing strategies that Tesla has is just off the charts. And I can use them as an example, but right now I'm just going to stick to what I'm saying, that it's visually appealing and it's easy to navigate. So ensure that your landing page is clutter free without any layout that guides the user's eye towards towards the CTA, right? Large fonts, clear headings, and a relevant image can improve engagements. And I'm going to give you an example of one that I created for Wells Media. And it's just a simple page. It's no video or anything. It's just a simple page. And I'm asking for an email. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you about the email thing. Mobile friendliness, over half of internet traffic comes from mobile devices. So make sure your landing pages are responsive and it adjusts seamlessly to different screen sizes. I mean, yeah, that is a given. That's 101. I think most of you guys have got that down, but most of maybe if you don't. So this is going to resonate. The message is going to resonate with those that do, right? Additional tools and resources, landing pages analysis tools like Crazy Egg, Hotjar, and Unbounce can analyze your landing page and provide feed. I'm giving you all the tools to actually use it. Now, whether you want to use that and you want to try to figure this out on your own, that's on you. But that's just what I'm giving you, what the techniques are that are used in our industry to have extremely high conversion rates. Facebook and Google Ads analytics, leverage the analytics provided by Facebook and Google Ads to see how your landing page is performing in terms of clicks, conversions, and other metrics. That's it. Ain't that hard. It's pretty simple, to be honest with you. And I am going to show you what my lander page would look like. So I'm going to remove that one. And I'm going to give you an example of what mine would look like. And I'm going to share my screen right here. So bear with me. Stop sharing screen. And then I'm going to go and share this one with you. Okay. So let's share that. Okay. So how this is one way. Now, this is just a very basic strategy for either mortgage and or automotive. And we can create these things for you. But ultimately, when somebody does give you their email, now again, this is just a basic email strategy. Now, what is an email worth? What is the value of an email? Well, for every 6,000 emails, it's worth, in your pocket, literally not revenue, in your pocket, count it in your pocket, $100,000 to $120,000 in your pocket. So if you've got 42,000 emails or 40,000 emails, the numbers on that 42,000 is about $1 million in your pocket, okay, annually. That is a fact. I mean, I've said this so many times, but that's the number. All right, so I'm going to keep it simple here. And I'm going to say, how do we generate 3 leads per day with these marketing automation secrets? Discover how you can save 2 to 3 hours per day and double your ROI, right? And so this would be for something like you guys, right? That if you just fill this out, they're going to fill it out and they're going to say sign up. And it's going to say you're going to learn how to automatically capture your website visitors, how to automatically get 5-star reviews, how to automatically nurture your leads to close. And then with these 5 marketing automation secrets, you'll be able to generate 3 new leads per day. Okay, now remember, you own these leads. These are your leads, right? That is critical. I can go a step further, and I get excited about this stuff because I love it. This is really, this is what I love doing, and I'm good at it. And so all I'm sharing with you guys is that you could take the same strategies that we've utilized, that we've implemented. I'm going to stop sharing this, that we've implemented, and do the exact same thing. You can implement these in your business. And so what I want to do is I want to give you an offer. I want to make you an offer. And I don't want to sell you anything right now. Sharing I'm sharing the pertinent information that you're going to need to implement in your mortgage business and your automotive business. I don't care if you have 500 franchises. Same goes for mortgages, or 500 branches. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I've done both industries, and I've seen firsthand that most mortgage companies have no idea about marketing. They're hiring people to do the work, and most car dealerships have no clue. I mean, and I hate to say it that way. You guys think you know, but you don't. And it's not that, that's not a punch in the face, because you know a lot more than me about other things. But I've chosen this path because I found that there's major loopholes, and if you don't understand how to penetrate that, to convert your ideal client, you're going to lose in 2025. You're going to get left behind. But right now, I've talked about having the AI employee for each and every one of your mortgage brokers and each and every one of your salespeople. You have to have them in place. And I'm going to be doing a lot of video on the new AI employee and how that could actually really answer your calls. I mean, it does everything. It books the appointment, does everything. And it can even transfer the call. It will remove any, like, I know a lot of mortgage people and real estate people, and even car salespeople in automotive. They're using internal, how do you say that, like inbound and outbound types of situations where they're live. But this will totally revamp your entire situation. And I'm just saying to you, if you want to hear more, just reach out. We will dial you in, and I will make some guarantees here that in 30 days you will have converted more than you've converted in a long time. And I'm saying 7x because 7 is my number. 7 is my life path number. It's the number of, if you do your research and if you know anything about numbers, again, numbers don't lie. People lie about numbers, right? The life path 7 number is the genius. And I have a genius. Uh, I have intuitiveness that I could literally put these things together, and I've worked on these things, and I've been in this space, not only just doing it for other business, but for myself. For the last 3 decades, I have either worked for a company or have had my own company while working for that company. Believe me. And a lot of people don't know that I know all of these things, because they never took the chance. They never took the time to even get to know who I was, because they were too busy basically trying to figure out other things, or not even understanding who they're working with, which is blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that a lot of people in general are so high up on themselves that they forget they have great people around them that they could be utilizing. Who cares about you having the credit, right? The credit is that when how much money you put in your pocket, how much are you generating revenue for the people that are working with you, taking care of those people. Like, I mean, if it wouldn't it be great if everybody could be around you, that could be in, that could be high earners. And I'm not talking about like 150, 100, or 200, or 250. I'm talking about like over 300, 350, 400,000, right? I mean, I don't know if every mortgage company and every dealership can do that, but and have the ability to do that. However, I would say that if you had the right tools in place, you might actually you might find a way to not only be able to generate leads, but to bring in more trades on for you car guys or you car dealerships, and for you mortgage people to bring in more refinances, and or help people save their homes, and or new construction, right? Those are all things that you have to implement. And even even helping your referral partners, because that's how you're going to get more referral partners anyway, is to put offers in front of them and help them bring and get more business. And that's exactly what our tool does, is it helps all parties, both mortgage and car. And I'm using you guys because I know a lot about your industries, as I've been around both of them for over 3 decades, in one way or another, either loans and or cars, because I love both. Okay, I love both of those industries. So I hope this has been helpful. If it's valuable, just do me a favor, subscribe, and I will promise you that the things that I'm saying, if you want to, if I would suggest, highly suggest that you start to implement these strategies now. Don't wait until 2025. Don't wait to AI catches up, because that is so far from the truth. And I told you, a lot of people are stamping AI on things that AI has no business even looking at or even being in their type of industry, and they're stamping AI on it because just because AI is such a buzzword, and they're not getting the results. So if you really want to get results for 2025, if you want to literally 7x plus your business, this is where it is. Okay, looking forward to hearing from you guys. Have a amazing day.